Sunrise over an East African veldt? No, it's another day on the Serengeti Plain of Busch Gardens. While war, drought, and poaching are threatening herds of gazelle and zebra in Kenya and Tanzania, almost 24 species of endangered animals are safely increasing their numbers here.
I believe every animal on Busch Gardens property has had a baby at one time or another. That just goes to show you that they are healthy and they are in their most natural habitat as possible.
Most of us don't think about zebra as being in short supply. But let's take a closer look. Look at the black and white stripes. They stop underbelly, and they're more narrow. This is a zebra, and he is threatened. A narrow stripe or a wide stripe? Some would ask, does it really matter? Enough to spend the dollars to save them?
Nothing needs to be extinct. I don't care zebra, even a rattlesnake or whatever. They've all got their place in nature, you know. There's always a reason. They've got a little niche that they fill.
To an untrained eye, this flamingo looks just like his more common African cousin. While this Caribbean native is threatened in his homeland, luckily it is thriving here. Each animal has a story of why he is facing extinction. The scimitar-horned oryx found its homeland in Saudi Arabia, taken over by oil wells. The Dorcas gazelle ended up at point-blank range between two warring nations, Iraq and Iran. These giraffes were rescued from Kenya in December 1984, just before they were to be slaughtered to thin a roaming herd. On this man-made veldt, these animals are safe to wander. It's man that is kept confined.
The people are actually in the cages. You know, they're over in the skyride buckets that go over the top of the Serengeti, or monorail that goes right through it, and then the train ride that goes all the way around it. So the people are actually in cages and the animals are here to roam free and do as they would in the wild.
It's probably safer for the visitors to be penned up anyway. As cuddly as some seem, you can never forget these are wild animals.
Now, you just fed the most dangerous animal in Africa. They kill more people than even crocodiles do.
The wide open range can be appealing, though you can never lose sight of fences. The cages are bigger than 50 years ago, but the animals are still far from their natural habitat. Granted, the situation is not ideal, but these caretakers will defend themselves and remind critics these animals have outlived many of those in the wild. The Nyalas have their rocks to scamper through. The Thompson gazelle can fight or turn tail as they please. It may not be home, but then again, these visions we have of Africa too often come from the local movie theater. And that Africa no longer truly exists, except through a camera lens. In Tampa, Pam Forrester reporting for the Good Morning Show. In Tampa, Pam Forrester reporting for CBS News.